are you? You okay? Hope you're good. Might see something to do. Does integrity still happen? As in, is there integrity in this world we have, generally or literally? Anyways, guys, thank you for coming to my channel. If you don't, please kindly help me to share, distribute to anybody. I have 2 questions, guys. Please let me analyze this case. I had already called police. That was in February 2023. That was assaulted, and I called them to. I told them to come and take the kids back to school. And now in November, I'd already sent an email to I have the proof of my email sent to Home Office, copy Birmingham Council and Lucy Chaya in copy through my Soft Touch of God email, so that if Home Office or anybody's coming across this video today, they can have an access, because I'll be forwarding this video viral. I already sent them an email that I've been assaulted and abused by my partner. I've said it online and everywhere. Now I was being set up by social worker and police. Can you imagine what happened? This man, after beating me on the first call, tell me call police, I didn't answer. On the third, Chuki at me and he called the police. Police got him arrested. There was no arm, nothing. They took him without no arm, nothing in place, my darling, in place. He was taken for 3 weeks, and we were trying to. So the social worker came to check the kids. The daddy came to check the kids and see if they're okay. They went to the school and interviewed these kids to see they're okay. Like everything, the due process has been taken over these kids when they were with me. The problem was we're having difficulty because, like I told you, I didn't work for a year because of what's the name? You know, in this country, one person has to work, one person has to be at home. So that was just the whole situation. So I gave him the opportunity to work because I was on unpaid maternity. And on that thought, am I communicating? He actually, it's still funny to me because this is why I asked if we are still in the UK. Please, can the legislation, the senior National for Women for Domestic Abuse, or any senior or anybody, Home Office, everybody should stand, because you all have this copy of this email. I've recovered them. My phone was taken, but I've recovered all this evidences back. Can you stand in our way for me and say, truly, if there is integrity in the United Kingdom, and truly women still stand for women, can you stand for me? What I have every evidence and proof here on my phone. I will attach it on Western Police page. That I brought this man to the UK with my money. Everything I've been saying was true. Their email in regards to this. That Loretta was in my house. The day this man eated me and beat me on the staircase, like he's known and every known. But because I escalated the issue of that CS was sold by Aspricot and everything, all the escalation I made on Facebook, they are trying to turn the case around by setting me up. Let me explain how. On the 3rd of January, Moses, my partner, was arrested because I wanted to make sure I don't use much this thing. After I called the police and they asked me what do I want, I told them I want to think about, because I don't even know. And later on, they discharged him to another address. And you know, these kids were starving. I'm still breastfeeding as my baby eats cellular. This boy was just 18 months. On Children's Service Register, where we went to, I want to remember their name. It was stated that my child will have, because I went for assessment, 1-year assessment, that my child will have 1 year breastfeeding. Am I communicating? So I don't mind what will happen to me in the UK after this case, but I want to stand for the truth. If there is truly one true person that will stand for the truth in this country, I want them to stand for my age now, because it's time to escalate. I've been saying it like quietly. It's looking like a funny joke. Okay. The social worker, I have the evidence on my WhatsApp and my message in the phone that was with them, which I'd recover, that social worker asked me to drop the case. My pastor's wife asked me to drop the case. They have this evidence lying in their table and they are manipulating things like this. Like I was asking the woman, I said, if I was your daughter, if you were my shower, will you be actually happy? I know you're doing your due processes, but I am the complainant here. I became the this thing. How was I the complainant? I will explain to you. I went to the office after calling them back for when social worker said I should drop the case. I went to the office and explained why we needed to drop the case. Social worker asked me to drop the case because we needed to help sort out. They've gotten a family worker, sort out the kids who care will be done. How these kids will be cared for was why we agreed. Am I communicating? To drop that case, which I obeyed because I felt they were giving the right guideline, guys. We have lawyer on every platform, guys, standing for me, because this cannot be happening in the UK. It's funny. I'm avoiding like some things. That was why I didn't want to speak at first. But at this juncture, I think I need to escalate it beyond escalation. Like, we need to understand what is going on here, what the law and the principle and the this thing is saying. We didn't end there, my darling. I was asked to drop the case. I was asked to go and meet him to sort out we're going to care for baby because we don't have access to public fund. And the other lady said she won't even give me anything at all. The lady said when she gets to office, she talked, I had to sell my kids room TV, my dear, to feed my kids. I can't say that, but I'm saying I have all these evidences and proof. As in, because they said they can't offer me help, I was doing my own. Because I don't want to stress the government, I don't want to stress anything. I told them that, okay, in my filing of the previous case that I was asked to drop, I explained how I was being attemptedly raped, how I brought the guy to the UK, how I rented my house, and apart from that, I explained how my workplace abused me after 6 months pregnant, after giving me the deadline to go for my 6-month maternity leave. Because of all this explanation, guys, they refuse to open this case. Let me give you the case ID number. I'm going to be typing the case ID number on the comment section, guys. Please go after them massively. Tell them to leave me alone, because my kids is suffering in this. Right? This is absolute wickedness, and I'm going to be sending this video to Western Police. If they're senior officer, I seen it, they should take over my case, because they're infringing on my woman rights. Number one, on my woman right, because their staff abused me, because I made some complaint. They didn't want it to come out in the law court, because I want to take the case to court, but they don't want me to be stated on their platform. And on the interview that was done to me, I mentioned the case ID of the first case I was asked to drop. I mentioned it in the new case that they dribble me to close this case in order to get me counter arrested. Because why would you tell me to go and meet my partner in his workplace to talk about food, and I now called to talk about the childcare? I now called you that I was not allowed to see him, and on the other hand, now you now got me arrested. I was unarmed. I was, before you hear verbal written, there are footage in that home, there are footage on the police officer. This thing has been watched on the interview room to prove that I was innocent. My darling, I called at 10 a.m. before I went to the office. Please kindly reopen the case, because the guy I was trying to open the case for him, the reason why I closed the case at first was for him to come home. We can talk about a child care, so I won't be the only one suffering and taking care of 4 kids. Now he refused to come home because he wanted to abscond and go and meet another woman. So now that I have called for that, you understand, for the case to be open at 10 a.m. guys, 10 a.m. I want you to just, this is why I brought this to the page. I called to reopen a case at 10 a.m. At 1 p.m. I called the officers to tell them I'm in his workplace. They refused to allow me to see him because I used glasses and I didn't know them. And at 1:30 I told the company to call them to confirm that the case has been dropped. I didn't know what they told them on the other hand, but all I know is police came. So me, I felt okay, they are calling to confirm if the case was dropped. The staff of Swan Court, they are bearing witness. The question in this case is, do they live in the same house with me and Moses? Was there any physical attack there? I didn't ultravie any law because the case had already been done. In order for me not to ultravie any law, the social worker said drop the case first before we can now talk to him. So the case had already been done. Then they now said I should go and meet him because he refused to come home. The case had already been dropped on the 24th, which is on Saturday. I didn't go to the office on Monday. I didn't go on Tuesday. I now go on Wednesday. If truly they had concern that have been contacting me, why didn't they call the police first and tell the police I've been contacting Moses Oyediran of Swan Court, Precious Home, Birmingham? Why didn't they call him and confirm that yes? Why didn't he call? Why didn't he staff? Why didn't the member call and tell them I've been calling them about your child? Why was it the day I went there and I called the police to come and tell them to allow me to see him? That listen, after then they called at 1:30, I called 1. So I was the first complainer. I was the first person that came. They arrested me. I was injured in the house. I was jumped on. I was abused by the police and still taken to custody for arrest for 24 hours before I was being released. For a man I brought to this country my money, for someone that has been assaulting me over the years. Please, my darling, who owns this case, guys? Help me comment. Tell me what to do, guys. People that have been in the UK for long, please, I need you to come to my rescue. What do I do in this case? Because now they are turning him to be the victim while I'm the deceased. Meanwhile, look at the timing. 10 a.m. Please reopen the case. Wednesday, 28th January. They've been shuttling on my post because they don't want me to escalate. 28th January, 10 a.m. I called first call. Second call was 1 p.m. 28th January, that same day. And now I went to see the police because today was supposed to be the last day they're going to drop the case. And the police officer is telling me that they felt that I'm calling to reopen the case because I was arrested. My darling, I called on the 28th, please note the date, 10 a.m. to reopen the case. I called back 1 p.m. so that they will come and tell them that this thing. And by 1:30, the company called that I'm there. And they came with the hope that they will sort it out and they would let, in short, normally legally what was meant to be done at that point is, oh, you are in a private premises, can you please leave this place for now, we're going to resolve it, you don't have to make an arrest. I was trying to be modest with all this in the first place, but you made an illegal arrest, you make a painful arrest, you made an illegal arrest, you make a painful arrest, and this is really unfair. But still, I enjoyed this shit till today. Now getting there, you said for 3 months you're not done with your investigation yet. You went to call him to ask him if you should continue with the case. I'm the complainant. I'm the person that was abused here. I called you to come. You arrested me. I was still telling you, and now you're now making it his case. Please, guys, sit down with the time schedule. Tell me who is the complainer between someone that called and now they don't want to open that case because I've explained the issue of my attempted rape and everything together. So they were hiding that case behind. So, my darling, who is the complainer between me that called 10 a.m. reopen a case and call back 1 p.m. I'm in the office as instructed by social worker and they call 1 p.m. Please, guys, who is the complainer? Guys, please help me. There was no fight, there was nothing. The webcam have been checked, the video have been checked. No verbal, when they between verbal witness and a webcam witness, which one is more powerful? police had cameras on them. I was standing at the gate. Are we still in the UK? Please let the authorities of UK stand for me. The police station is Peribar Police Station, Birmingham City Center. Guys, please come to my rescue. I need to shout and escalate now, please. Somebody come because there is a manipulation. Oh, thank you very much. I bought everything in the house. I have every evidence. They took my phone that they want to use it to get evidence. They took my phone because I thought I was going to escalate on Facebook and everywhere so that I would not be able to escalate. Now the evidence, they've not got it for 3 months, and yet please guys, who is the complainant? Thank you so much. Shout out to you. I love you. Bye bye.